go is the kicker, Harrison Butker. And we're underway from Kansas City. Tank Bigsby here with a return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Let's get this one on the road, Brock. It is 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Let's see, Kate. Establish a run, cash in on the opening drive, and play from in front. That's a dream scenario to any contest. And runs like that gets the ball rolling.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send him backwards. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you called 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Hurts now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. Well, this certainly makes the 3rd down easier. Nearly avoided it altogether. Gain of 10 right up near that marker now. Offensive line fast. Barkley gets it on 3rd down. And this defense is going to win this round. They hold strong there in the middle. Get him down right at the line. 4th down coming up.
It's weird to say, and it certainly won't show up on the stat sheet, but I want to give a lot of credit to that runner. Even though it didn't gain a yard, it actually took a heck of an effort just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll go. Hurts. He's got it to his running back. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Just like they drew it up in practice this week, partner, and the exact start they wanted to have in this game.
That's 100%. That's why you script and you go over these plays ahead of time. Can't you notice those amazing essays you wrote at Cal? That start to that paper was so important. It set the tone for the rest of it.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. It's Brashard Smith now with the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10. Mahomes starting off with a throw. This one's to Rice out on the right side. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive during this 1st quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And that's not what the offense dialed up. They stick him for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down. A great call in a short yardage situation right there, Brock, and that was exactly the type of front that defense needed to have.
Yeah, I agree with you. I love the X's and O's of it, and then even more, the guys going out there and executing it, pulling the trigger to create that loss.
They'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. He gets 16 yards on that play. And it's going to be 1st down, Kansas City.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's Mahomes. Bails out of the pocket quick. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Man downfield, he's got it. It's Worthy. And he is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. It's a 29-yard gain. And that's a Chiefs 1st down.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
They'll give this up the middle to Pacheco. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, an inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7. And they just get the play off. That's complete, Isaiah Pacheco. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. That's the end of one here. It's the Eagles soaring to an early lead. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. About set for the second quarter. Chiefs football here. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. That's caught by Hollywood Brown. And it's another 1st down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks. That's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Offense is set. 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Brought in. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs finish off their opening drive. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. All right, so we're already into the second quarter, Brock, but that was just their opening drive of this football game. Fortunately, they did get a touchdown out of it.
Yep, and if opportunities with the ball are going to be as frequent as they've been to start this game, you got to make each and one of those chances count. In that area, they are perfect 1-for-1.
That one splits the uprights. And the Chiefs respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early.
Harrison Butker to kick off 14.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. Bigsby with the return. He's stopped on the run back at the 27.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Buys time, rolling right. Looking right, and he finds it. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after that.
Short pass brought in. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
In the building.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 50-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. He's taken down as he takes this to the 38. It's a gain of 12 on that one, and that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
Can't connect on the throw to his running back. That's an incomplete pass. Takes him to 2nd down. Well, they've been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah,
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
Good.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself. Gets him close to 8 on that effort. Nice slide at the end. That brings up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
King.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Finds his back. Here's Barkley. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Offense up to the line fast.
That's another Eagles 1st down.
A play fake now Hurts to throw. Gets his running back. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
Okay, I don't know why every once in a while I get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this third down.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
All right, 2 yards to go here on third down on what will be the 9th play of this impressive drive. Zone read give here to Barkley. They sent him right up the gut, but he wasn't able to get anywhere. The defense braced for impact, and they made the stop. It's fourth down.
Like the final battle scene from a movie, came 2 sides charging each other, and they beat right at that line. And they didn't have to drive backward. All they had to do was hold the line to go win that battle.
So the field goal team stays sidelined. They're going to go for this. On fourth down, Hurts. He's caught. He's got Brown. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a first and goal. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles get some late points and the lead. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned. That's 6 in the end.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line.
36-yard line.
All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Mahomes. Hauled in by Worthy, right side. Through the defense it goes, room to burn. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs earn the chance to tie before halftime. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Now the second time we've had the privilege of calling a touchdown pass to him in this opening half, Brock, and you're starting to get the feeling that he isn't done yet.
Well, but defensively, Kate, you got to do something different. It's kind of like a pitcher who gives up a home run and then a second home run to that same guy. You are not going to give him a pitch to hit, and this defense has got to start taking this receiver away.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. Bigsby with the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Starting out with an empty backfield, Brock. Here they come. 1st and 10. Hurts setting up to throw. On the move, headed right. He tucks it and takes off. And they shove him out. Looks like he got about 6 before they did so. It's 2nd down.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends are those those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. That is once again incomplete, and consecutive incompletions have now pushed them to 4th down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to 3rd and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was 3rd and manageable and an incomplete.
Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. The only move this offense is making is toward the line, Brock. They're going for it, 4th and 3.
Hey, let's go. Trim 63.
They'll indeed go for this. It's Hurts. He finds it beyond the marker. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. New set of downs from the 37. It's Hurts once again. Called in by Gunner, left side. And he's going to be marked down 5 yards short of that first. Eagles hustling everyone back to the line. Hurts throwing again. Forced out to his right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
I'll give this quarterback credit. He bought as much time as he could, but eventually, the only option left was to throw it away.
3rd down and 4 now. This is the 7th play in this drive. And again, here's Hurts. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs get the football back with minimal time to go in our half.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six. Yeah, it stinks for the offense, but that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
And he's taken down as they very quickly get into 1st and goal. The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. 4 downs to get this across. Here's 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Operating from the gun. Here's Mahomes. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Nakobe Dean. He's at midfield. And the Eagles might be able to get some points late after the interception.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okey! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down, but even with that, they will take that Okey any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
Jake Elliott's out to put up 3 for the Eagles. From the left hash, 54 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And he showed some nice burst on that run back, didn't he? Getting them all the way out to their own 40.
Well, that's exactly the way you want to come out of the locker room to begin the second half. And really, Kate, this 3rd phase of the game, the special teams, you just see the boost and the energy they can give to their team when they deliver a nice return to start this second half.
First down throw, Mahomes. This one's to Rice out on the right side. This one is stopped after about a 5-yard pickup. The tackle made it to 45.
It's a gain of 5.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Yellow.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Chased out to his right. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Eagles are able to get the return down to the 40-yard line before they're stopped.
Well, that's now 2, Kate, that they've gotten him for picks in this game, and he's got to be careful, right? You've got to protect the football. It is the greatest treasure you have as an offense. And this defense, well, they've got 2 in their pocket, and you know they're going to be going after number 3.
First down, a run with Barkley. And he stopped after picking up 9, so they're set up well here with 2nd and 1.
Well, that run may not move the chains, Kate. That is such a confidence builder. Sets the tone for more play action, maybe more runs. That's exactly how you want to start a drive.
Barkley again here on 2nd. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They go to Barkley again. He's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Option play. They give it to Barkley. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on 2nd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Hey, let's go. Trimmer.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Buys time, rolling right. He's going to run for it. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end. You need to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that first down anyway.
They're going to run with Barkley. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles push their lead further to start the half. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles make it a 10-point ball game. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Chiefs coming up to the line here. It's 1st and 10. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer. Extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for him today.
From the 24 once again, it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Mahomes. Finds him over the middle. And he will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
39-yard line.
1st and 10, it's Mahomes. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Finds a seam down the middle. And the hit arrived shortly after that football did, but he hangs on for a gain down to the enemy 44. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes teams break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they get this down to the 28. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Throwing again, Mahomes. He's got it in the red zone. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down.
So we hit the end of the third quarter. It's the Chiefs in possession to start. They trail, but that lead is reachable.
Why can't we score?
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal.
Yellow.
Looking inside the red zone. Brought in. And that's a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs make it a 4-point game here in the fourth. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
That one right down the middle. And the Chiefs cut it to a field goal game.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas
Volley
City.
set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And maybe making some better judgment here as he takes a knee and accepts the touchback. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10.
Hey, 73.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
At the 37-yard line.
Need a better result than that last run. It's second and 8. Here's another carry for Barkley. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. 1 yard on the run, so just 3 yards across those last 2 carries. It's third and 7.
And it's third down.
Looking to throw. This one's caught. Smith has it. And this great effort winds up getting them well into enemy territory before he's brought down. It's a gain of 22. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, here who got have short memories. You tell me these two defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
It's a screen to Barkley. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, kid, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
All plays on the table here for third and 3.
Good.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Coming to the line, this is 1st and 10. Barkley off the pistol give. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instinct come to life.
Nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. They're going to pass it here. Flushed out of the pocket. And he's going to be touched down at that spot, which means the effort makes it 1st and goal.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
A touchdown would put this one to bed. A few shots at it here, starting with 1st and goal.
63.
Barkley. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal. Right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
The Chiefs signal for a timeout. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Another chance at 6. It's 2nd and goal. It's a sneak. Hurts. That should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles make it a 10-point ball game.
31. Chiefs 21. Chase Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's Smith on the return. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down.
At their own 20-yard line.
Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes now. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Jahan Campbell makes the play. And the Eagles take possession down inside the 30 after the interception.
Well, I'll admit, man, I got to admire the guts, the willingness to continue to challenge the coverage, even with 2 interceptions already. But there's his 3rd strike. And no, it's not baseball, but he definitely has to be smarter with what he's doing with the football.
Offense to the line. They're going to have trips right to start out. Oh, Gronk, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Throw left side, complete. And fly, Eagles fly. He gets him the first down, partner, and that's going to seal this win.
19 yards.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
From the red zone now. Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up. Now he already has himself 1 interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when 1 pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on and on.